What is up, good people of YouTube and DFS Army? This is Flynnie from DFSArmy.com. I give you a quick rundown on today's 9-game slate. First page you're looking at here, like I showed you yesterday, is our research station that is only open for VIPs. But this game should be one of the chalkiest of the day. It's Toronto hosting Pittsburgh. One thing that may steer some people off of Toronto, although not many. So the GPP only move would be that Matt Murray is back in net. He's coming back off a concussion. But Toronto's top two lines scored 16 goals, and their bottom two lines aren't half bad either. Pittsburgh doesn't do a great job suppressing shots. They don't do a great job suppressing goals. Just load up on Toronto and move on. Although Toronto does not play any defense either. And one thing I did notice was the Malkin line has scored 5 goals over the last 3 games. So that could be a little contrarian way to get off. Get off Toronto, but still stay within one of the chalkier games. And next game, this one I also think can shoot out. It's Philly at Columbus. You can see the odds and implied team total here. Both teams can shoot, both teams can score. Neither team is great on defense. So not really sure what you're going to get out of this game. But if you are paying up at goalie, I would suggest Bob. However, I think tonight is the night to pay down. Come down here. Next one is Colorado at New Jersey. This one I think is a stay away outside of GPPs. You can play the top two lines, a top line from either team. Not crazy about either one, but Nate McKinnon has scored in all 6 games so far this season, and he shows no sign of slowing down. But New Jersey has also allowed the fewest goals of any team this season. So if his streak's going to end, it will be tonight. This game, just load up on Tampa Bay, move on. Saw one of our VIPs say this morning that he thinks Jimmy Howard is going to get a sunburn from that red light lighting up behind him so many times tonight. Detroit's given up the most goals of any team. Their top line has allowed the most goals of any line. It's just, they're a mess. If you're getting crazy in a GPP, I did notice that Tampa Bay's 3rd and 4th lines have been allowing quite a few goals. So maybe if you want to throw a Thomas Vanek or one of those guys in and get crazy, certainly not a cash move. Certainly not something I'm going to try, but it'd give you an idea. Vancouver at Winnipeg. I'm not going to play much from this game. Flynn is back tonight for Winnipeg. Winnipeg is heavily favored, so it puts Hellebuck in play, although he has been shaky as of late. So he is GPP only, and I'm not going to play him. This game could get fun. Arizona at Chicago. Corey Crawford's back in net for the first time in almost a year. Arizona shoots the puck more than just about any team in the league. They're number 4, but they are the worst team when it comes to scoring goals. Lucky for them, Chicago's 2nd worst in allowing goals. So stacking up Arizona is absolutely a GPP move. I love Chicago's top line of Taves, Cahoon, and DeBrincat tonight. If Yoki Haru on defense, makes a fantastic value play, solid floor, excellent ceiling, running the point on the power play. I loaded up on Boston last night. I forgot how much they always suck when they play in Western Canada. And I just learned a little while ago, this is Edmonton's first home game of the year. Seems like all the good and all the bad are coming off Boston's top line. They are scoring the most goals. They're giving up the most goals of any line on the team. And you have one of the best goal scorers in the game, if not the best goal scorer in the game, in Connor McDavid. Not sure I'd play him in cash. Absolutely viable for a GPP. Pair him up with Ty Ratty or Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. If you want to play any Bruins, top line's always in play. But if I'm going anywhere on Boston, it's going to be Yaroslav Halak. He's only played 3 games this year. One of them he came in relief because Tuukka was getting his ass kicked in the opening game. Of the 2 games Halak has started, he's only given up 1 goal. So, not a cash move, absolutely viable in GPP, and I don't think many people are going to want to take a goalie against Connor McDavid. And we get the Islanders playing the other LA team again tonight. I think my cash goalie is coming out of this game. It's going to be Jack Campbell. I don't love the play. He's been shaky his last couple of games, but he is getting better. He's a good goalie. He's still young, very inexperienced. But New York doesn't shoot. They don't score. Neither team shoots. Neither team scores. Both teams play okay defense. So I love Jack Campbell in cash. You want to go to the other side in a GPP, Robin Lehner. He can blank anybody. I know I called him out yesterday. Right after I finished making the video, I got the alert on my phone that Thomas Greiss was starting. Promise you that's not going to happen today. Robin Lehner is starting. I know that one for a fact. So he's back in play. Buffalo at San Jose. Martin Jones is a big favorite in this for the Sharks. Honestly, I don't think I'm playing anybody from either side of this game. Maybe a little revenge narrative for Evander Kane, but the game's not in Buffalo. You can get crazy in a GPP, but it's a stay away from me. I talked about some of the goalies. Let's check out our projections. Number 1, Antti Ranta. Chicago is going to put a ton of pucks on him. If he manages, he's been good this year. The rest of his team hasn't. But if he manages to get the win, he absolutely could be the number 1 goalie on the slate. Carter Hutton, probably not touching. Frederik Andersen, definitely not touching. Bobrovsky, I said if you're paying up, especially in cash games, Bob is adequate. Connor Hellebuck, too shaky for me lately. Vasilevsky, too expensive, and he will find a way to screw up. He always does, especially when he's going to be chalky and he's that big of a favorite. Jack Campbell, I said he's my guy tonight. Projected about 25 points. Should pick up the win against the Islanders. Keith Kincaid, not a bad option. I'm not playing him, but he is in play going up against Colorado's backup goalie, Philip Grubauer. Brian Elliott, probably not touching. Corey Crawford, he won't be chalky. He's going to face a ton of shots, but he hasn't faced live action in about 10 months. So deep GPP, absolutely go for it. Doesn't look like he's even in the FanDuel player pool, but take a shot on him on DK. Anders Nilsson, I don't believe is starting. I think it's going to be Markstrom. Martin Jones, not touching. Matt Murray, I said earlier, he is in play. He's going to face a ton of shots. If Pittsburgh gets the win, they'll be fine. Jimmy Howard, I would be surprised if he even makes it to the third period. And the other two guys I mentioned are our two lowest projected right now in Robin Lehner and Yaroslav Halak. Both GPP only. So take a look at skaters. Have our forwards pulled up right now. Come over here to daily faceoff. So over the last 3 games, these are the lines that have scored the most. This is what I was talking about right here. Hagelin, Malkin, and Kessel, 5 goals scored, no goals allowed. And they'll be matched up with either the Matthews line or the Tavares line. And number 3, Matthews, Marleau, Kapanen. This game there'll be a ton of goals scored. No doubt about that. Colorado's top line, McKinnon, Rantanen, Landeskog. This is when I was talking about this one too. For value, DeBrinket's not as expensive as he should be. Jonathan Toews priced about right. And Dominic Cahoon, for some reason, his price will not go up, and he's playing a role in every goal scored. Check out the most goals allowed over the last 3 games. The DeBrincat, Toews, Cahoon line, whichever Arizona line they match up with, could be a GPP play. Marchand, Bergeron, and Pasta. Those guys are going up against the Connor McDavid line. That could be fireworks in this game. Honestly, I'm not really sure which way to go. But both lines are in play. Maybe somebody from top Islanders line. Not crazy about them. There's the Matthews, Marleau, Kapanen line. They're scoring. They're giving up goals. Pittsburgh, they're scoring. They're giving up goals. At Tampa Bay's 3rd and 4th line. I was saying earlier, maybe grab somebody from Detroit for value if you're in a deep GPP. But not the Larkin line. They're not scoring at all, and they're giving up goals like it's their job. There are a few ideas for stacks. Let's take a look at defense. This is running a little longer than I wanted to. Yeah, so we'll go with top projected. Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns, Victor Hedman. Seth Jones is hurt. That'll get fixed in the update. Ghost, Morgan Riley, love him. Pair him up with any combination of the top 2 lines in Toronto. Chris Letang on the other side of that game. Drew Doughty. Love Alex Edler. His best floor of any defenseman in the game. He's getting assists. He's blocking shots. Getting shots on goal. You name it. Tyson Barrie. I would only play him with a McKinnon, Rantanen stack. That's the wrong Sebastian Aho. Don't bother looking at that. Oscar Klefbom. Pair him up with the McDavid line. Dustin Byfuglien, Ivan Provorov. Those guys are all in play. Ryan Pulock. If you're not playing Jack Campbell, he makes a solid cash option. Darnell Nurse, also a solid cash option. A ton of options for you guys tonight. If you have any questions, hit me up on Twitter at Flynn DFS. Hit like, hit subscribe on this, give me some retweets. If you're interested in joining the DFS Army, the link will be posted below. Use promo code PUCK, and I'll trigger 10% off for as long as you want to be a member. I promise once you become a member, you will not want to give that membership up. We have this. This is what you're paying for right here. This is our Slack chat. Got every sport you can possibly ask for. Always talking. All the late-breaking information you want to know. All the pivots. We can't do that out on Twitter. We can't make videos for that stuff. So join today. Remember, promo code PUCK. I'll see you guys tomorrow.